Hello, my name is Andy and I am the Village Idiot. I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. I'm using that time to attempt to visit every civil parish in England. You're watching the South Cambridgeshire series, 103 parishes in a district that completely surrounds the city of Cambridge in Cambridgeshire. Let's get to it. Welcome back to South Cambridgeshire, everybody, for the last time before Christmas and also the last time in this little run that I've been doing. And today I've brought you to a very big place, and a place that's full of houses. It even says so on its village sign. Look, residential area. Well, that's definitely true. Welcome to the parish of Bar Hill. This video is sponsored by Bassett Law Pro Clean, specialist floor and upholstery cleaners based in Retford, Nottinghamshire. Do you have a commercial space, own a restaurant, hotel or pub, maybe an office block? Bassett Law Pro Clean cover the entire country for commercial work. And they have a special offer. Quote the Village Idiot when you inquire and get a massive 7.5% off. Need it cleaned by the experts? Contact Bassett Law Pro Clean now. Here's my disclaimer for people who may be watching me for the first time. I say things as I would in my native accent and dialect. As a result, I may not pronounce things in the same way as the locals do. Remember, I'm a visitor. It's impossible to know everything. Leave me a comment, spin me a like and bash that subscribe button. Let's get to today's parish video. Our last venture into South Cambridgeshire for now, and trust me, I will be back, brings us to Bar Hill, one of the newest villages in the county. If you were to look on any map that's dated 1960 or earlier, you would not find Bar Hill, or at least not the Bar Hill that exists today. Back then, the only property in this area was Bar Farm. Both the farmhouse and a toll gate still remain in the village from those days, but now there are quite a few more properties. Bar Hill was purpose-built in the late 1960s to combat a housing shortage in the Cambridge area, although plans for it go back to the 1950s. In 1959, a 350-acre parcel of land in the parish of Dry Drayton was bought from Chivers Ltd, with the intention of building some 1,200 homes, all leasehold, located in closes within a massive outer ring road. That's effectively what Bar Hill is now, although the number of houses has continually increased. The first residents arrived here in 1967, and ever since the village has gone from strength to strength. The village grew rapidly in the 1970s, including the completion of a pub, a church and a hotel with its own golf course, and by 1975 there was a population of 1,673 in 599 homes. So there's not much ancient history here, but there's still a story behind Bar Hill. Let's go and tell it. We begin at Fox Hollow, one of the many residential streets in Bar Hill, most of which are built off an outer ring road. Bar Hill is self-contained. There's only one way in and one way out by car, and there are no roads to any other village. Running through the village is a brook, which ends at a small lake on Bar Hill's golf course that flanks the eastern side of the settlement. Many of these residential cul-de-sacs are connected together by a network of alleyways and footpaths, just like this one. As residential areas go, Bar Hill is certainly unique. It currently has more than 1,700 detached, semi-detached and terraced houses. Unlike more modern planned housing estates, Bar Hill's properties are placed in an uncrowded, spacious manner. Like spokes on a wheel, many streets border a central village green. The vast majority were built between 1970 and 1990. With no through roads, Bar Hill can be quiet. Every car in the village is here for a reason. None are just passing through. Well, so far so good. Usually with a place like this that's got a massive amount of residential property, it can be quite difficult to follow the route accurately, because with all the little footpaths which connect these cul-de-sacs together, it can be quite difficult to know exactly where you are. But so far my route has been fine, and I've been fine. I haven't got lost yet. You may notice I'm out of breath slightly, because this is Bar Hill and there is a hill here. See, it's in the name, and as I've gone deeper and deeper into the estate, I have started to climb that hill. Of course, when I get to the very far end, I'll start to go downhill again and back down towards the beginning, so it should get easier in a few moments time, but at the moment I'm still climbing. Bar Hill is served by a bus, the number 5, which runs to St Ives via Longstanton and Northstowe using the Cambridgeshire guided busway. So why did Bar Hill need to be built? To answer that, we have to go back to the 1950s, when there was a local housing shortage. Bar Hill was originally part of Dry Drayton, which gave up 350 acres of land to alleviate the issue. Growth was initially slow, with only 180 houses built by 1970. By 1975, there were 1,600 residents. In 1989, the final house of the original plan was completed, and by that time the population had soared to well over 5,000. Being on a hill means flooding is not a major risk here, but in 2014, a freak weather event caused part of it to be underwater. Over 100 millimetres of rain fell within just 30 minutes, causing flash flooding. It was so bad it even made the national news. Now, even though Bar Hill is greatly residential, and trust me, I've only begun to scratch the surface of just how big it is, it does have some amenities as well. They're all clustered mainly in one area to the northwest of the parish boundaries. However, there is a central area too, and that's what we're heading into right now. You can see behind me a big building, and that's on the edge of the playing field. Let's go and check that out. Bar Hill's central playing field is often known to the locals as the village green. Like all the houses, this too was purpose-built. The green has plenty for all ages. Bar Hill has a beaver colony, a cub pack and a scout troop, and this is the local scout hut. Children are well looked after here. The green also features a huge main playground, seen here, as well as several smaller ones. The Bar Hill Sports and Social Club was originally added to the village in 1978, but this well-loved facility was rebuilt in 2006. It has a large membership, and it's the base of several local sports teams, including football, cricket, darts, pool, cribbage and skittles. Around the edge of the field are more little footpaths linking it to the housing. Here's one of those smaller play areas. The field also has on its edge several other facilities. In your shot now you can see 2 floodlit tennis courts, for example. These are used by the popular Bar Hill Tennis Club, but the land they stand on is leased from the parish council. Right next door is Bar Hill Church. This is multi-denominational and has no dedication, unlike a traditional Anglican church. This welcomes everyone, regardless of whether you're an Anglican, Baptist, Methodist, Roman Catholic, or otherwise. Despite Bar Hill's short history, this is the second church to the village's name. It was rebuilt in 1991 and opened with a fanfare of praise. Now, of course, I am well aware that there's still a big area to the south which I haven't walked around, full of other residential streets, but you may have noticed in the drive-in, if you live here, that's the area I decided to cover in that section, because I knew I wasn't going to be walking around it. And to be fair, if that's not good enough, you can film your own house and put it on the internet yourself, can't you? I'm joking, of course, I'm joking. Right, okay, now we're heading up into where all the main amenities are. We've seen a couple of them already. We've got the playing field, as I said, we've got the church, which I've just covered. But now we've got some other things. So here you can see we've got a surgery, we've got a dental clinic, and these are at the back of a big Tesco Extra. Let's go across to that and see what else is up there. Around the back of the octagon near the church is a voluntarily maintained memorial garden designed for quiet reflection. Unofficially, this area is known as Parish Office Square, and here is the office. There's also a village hall at the Sports and Social Club. Mark Bar Hill off the South Cambridgeshire list, folks. By the office there's a huge parish notice board detailing local happenings. Healthcare is next on our agenda. The local doctors is known as the Maple Surgery or the Bar Hill Health Centre. Next door is Bar Hill Dental Clinic, an established independent dental practice providing both NHS and private services. We are then onto an industrial estate. In keeping with the 70s brutalist architecture, it's here you find Crafts Hill Telephone Exchange. The industrial estate has lots of small businesses providing some local employment. Here's Bar Hill Motors, the local garage. Now we come to the shopping area, marked by a huge Tesco store. This opened in 1977, replacing Bar Hill's original supermarket. There's far more than just Tesco. This row of shops, known as the New Mall, features more household names like Card Factory and Costa. The end of the row has the gorgeous smelling Churchill's Fish and Chip restaurant. This serves Icelandic fish, delivered on a daily basis. Bar Hill Primary School nearby is the village's oldest non-residential building, as it was built just after the very first houses in 1968. So to be honest with you, Bar Hill has probably got a lot more than the average village has in terms of amenities. As well as everything I've just shown you there, it's also got this building here, which is a library and a post office all rolled into one, and that's on top of everything else you've already seen. The last part of the walk sees us traverse Gladelands as we make our way north to a roundabout off the A14. In doing so, we cross Acorn Avenue, where Bar Hill's first residents, the Bury family, lived in 1967 at number 58. In 2017, Bar Hill was one of the many areas that benefited from the A14 improvement scheme, which was completed in 2020. It widened the existing road and improved junctions at Swavesey, Girton and here at Bar Hill, making access to the village easier. Since the 1970s, Bar Hill has had a hotel with its own golf course, a championship 18-holer no less. However, it's currently closed. The 136-room building is currently being used to house asylum seekers who travel to England from France by boat. And believe it or not, thanks to Sanctuary, Bar Hill is getting some more houses, a £7.3 million expansion which began in 2021. So with all these houses, surely the place has a pub, you ask? Yes, indeed it does. To finish off, we're driving out of Bar Hill via the Fox, the local boozer which offers a Sunday carvery. Sprawling, modern and open plan, this replaced a previous pub that was built with the first houses in Bar Hill in around 1965. In 2017, the Fox was one of over 70 pubs sold by its former owners Mitchells and Butlers. It's now owned by Black Rose Pubs and it's open 7 days a week. With so many pubs continually closing in this country, the Fox is a vital asset to Bar Hill. The pub is accessed via one side of Saxon Way, which forms part of the ring road around the village and the entrance to Tesco. As I mentioned earlier, Bar Hill only has one way in or out of it, and this road links you to the A14, which forms the parish boundary with both Longstanton and Oakington and Westwick. Time for the long drive home. I'll be back soon, Cambridgeshire, you can count on it. Until then, be good, stay safe, and have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching this video, folks. Don't forget to like this episode if you haven't already. It really makes a difference with YouTube. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and give us a share too if you've got friends who'd like it. You can find all the links to my social media accounts below, as well as my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can donate to the channel. Also, if you've enjoyed this episode, have a look at some more videos in this series. Until next time, I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and I'm out.